Hello, welcome back to your English virtual classes. This is Juliet speaking, and with teacher Laura Burgos are going to be your English teachers for this year. So, welcome back, ninth grade. It is a pleasure to have you guys in this year. So, let's start with the reflection of the day, which is going to be for the value of the year, which is perseverance. So, let's move on to that. And this is the reflection we have in here. Success is not accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing. We have to take into account every single word in this reflection to put in practice with our lives so we can improve every day to achieve our goals in academic studies, our goals in the social environment, our goals with our family, our goals with every single person that we have around us. So let's practice this and we are going to be better persons. This is going to be with this guide number one, the following topics. So we're going to review these topics, which is going to be the simple past versus past continuous. Also, we are going to talk about when and while, and then we're going to finish with how to use the used to form. So let's move on through these slides and we are going to learn everything about this case. So, we have in here how to use simple past and how to use the past continuous. So, the first one is use the simple past for number one, an action that happened in the past and it is over, it is done, or it is finished. So, that action is done. It is finished. You don't have anything to do related to that action right now. And the other one is how to use the past continuous. So we have in here two options. Option number one is going to be an action that was in progress at a specific point in the past. Or we can use it by focusing on an action that continued for a long time in the past. This is how to use the simple past, and this is how you use the past continuous form. So let's move on, and we are going to watch some samples in here. We're going to learn some examples so we can have like practice with these two tenses. So the simple past examples we have in here, action that was completed in the past, an action that is not longer done. Number one, it says, Tom went fishing last week. Number two, I worked until 2 p.m. yesterday. And number three, my family came to visit me last year. If you see these little blue words that are in blue, these words are the verbs, are the action for that specific sentence. For example, Tom went fishing last week. This means went, that Tom fue, eso significa en español el verbo ir, entonces en pasado es Tom fue a pescar la semana pasada. Este verbo went viene de la forma base go. Acuérdense del verbo go. Ese verbo go en su forma base se convierte en este verbo que está acá, went. También recordemos que tenemos los verbos regulares e irregulares. Entonces, por ejemplo, went es un verbo irregular, worked es un verbo regular y came sería un verbo irregular. En el transcurso de la guía vamos a estar aprendiendo también esos temas. So let's move on to this one and it says the past continuous examples. An action that was in progress at a particular point in the past. And we have in here at 2 p.m. yesterday, Tom was playing soccer. Next one it says, Sophia wasn't home last night when I called her. I think she was working. And number three, Lisa and her husband were visiting us last week. So now let's concentrate in these two words. Was playing, was working, were visiting. If you take into account the structures of how to use the past continuous, you are going to see that we use the was or were. In this case, we use was, and in this case, we use were. And then you are going to have the verb ending in ing. So let's see this. Was playing, the verb is ending in ing. Was working, the verb is ending in ing. And were visiting, the verb is ending in ing. Let's go to the other one. And it says how to take into account the grammar structure. So here are some reminders about how to make the simple past and past continuous. So we have in here the past continuous. Remember that you always use the was and were, which is the verb be, which is also part of that structure. And then we use the verb ending in ing. So we're going to learn everything about this in the guide number 1 and also on your notebook and student books. So examples about that. My mom was trying to call me last night, but I wasn't home. Was trying, we have in here the main verb, which is tried, but we put the ing form at the end. I have in here the kids were studying last night at 9 p.m. and the last one, I was cleaning my house all day yesterday. You have to take all this structure into account so you can like have the best knowledge regarding this topic. So, how do we use when and while? This is the second topic from that guide number 1, and here we are going to talk about this. So, we have in here, I was doing my homework, the telephone rang. We have in here two actions. The first one is I was doing my homework. Estaba haciendo mi tarea. Y la segunda, the telephone rang. El teléfono sonó, el teléfono timbró. Entonces vamos a ver cómo hacemos para juntar esas dos frases, esas dos acciones en una sola utilizando el when y utilizando el while. Empezamos por acá. Doing my homework, that is a long period action, that is a continued action. Tú estabas haciendo tu tarea de una hora a otra hora, cuando en el momentico el teléfono sonó. Entonces tenemos acá telephone rang. It is a short period action, an action that interrupts other action. So how do we use these two? Doing my homework and telephone rang. We use it in the following structure. We have in here when and while. So when do you use when and when do we use while? We are going to explain you this right now. So we have in here while I was doing my homework, the telephone rang. Cuando yo estaba haciendo mi tarea, el teléfono sacó. Mientras yo estaba haciendo mi tarea, el teléfono sonó. El teléfono timbró. Eso es como utilizamos el while. Luego tenemos el when. When the telephone rang, I was doing my homework. Cuando el teléfono sonó, cuando el teléfono timbró, estaba haciendo mi tarea. Si se dan cuenta y son muy cuidadosos con esto. Miren que cuando empezamos con while, enseguida utilizamos la forma del pasado continuo. Miren, was, ing. Eso está pasado continuo. Y lo que le sigue, la acción que le sigue sería en pasado simple. The telephone rang. El teléfono sonó. Vamos con el otro ejemplo. When the telephone rang, I was doing my homework. Entonces acá empezamos, cuando empezamos con when, utilizamos la acción que está en la forma de pasado, ¿cierto? La que interrumpió a la acción larga que estábamos haciendo al principio. Entonces, este tema Obviamente lo vamos a ver mucho más reflejado en las clases, en los encuentros sincrónicos y pues también las actividades relacionadas con la guía número 1. So let's move on to this one. Used to. This is the third topic. How to use the used to. So we are going to like explore some examples before going into the topic about used to. So we have in here, let's get started. Think about this. Things in the past that are no longer true. For example, play sports, go shopping, meet with friends, go to the gym. Before this COVID-19 pandemic, we were able to do a lot of things. Yep. For example, going to discos, going to cinema, play the sports, like be with friends, with family, at meetings. We were able also to go to parties and everything, to go to the school. We were able to go to the school, the most important thing. So we were used to do that. We used to do that, but now it is not true. Now it is not true. So this is like something that in the past was true that we did in the past, but now it is gone. Pero ahora no lo hacemos. Entonces, así es como utilizamos el used to. Por ejemplo, yo solía comer mucho dulces cuando era niña, pero ahora no. Eso es como utilizamos el used to, cosas que hacíamos antes, pero ahora no lo hacemos. Entonces, let's move on and have this one. For example, he used to be a firefighter, but now he is a police. Él antes era un bombero, ¿cierto? Pero ahora es un policía. Tenemos esta. He used to be alone, but now he has a girlfriend. And this is before, antes de él estaba solito, pero ahora está enamorado, tiene una novia. Continuamos por acá. Dice, ¿cómo utilizamos es used to? To describe something we did in the past, but don't do now. Cosas que hacíamos antes, pero ahora no las hacemos. Continuamos. ¿Cómo se utiliza entonces el used to? Vamos a ver varios ejemplos acá. I used to play tennis. Miren que el used to lleva una D al final. Yo solía, eso está en pasado, solía jugar tenis. ¿Cómo empezamos? Subject, I, you, she, he, we, they. And in here we add the used to and then we add the verb which is played and then the complement. And I used to play tennis, I used to play soccer, whatever. Next one. This is the negative form. We have subject plus didn't plus used to plus verb. So we are going to have this little particle, didn't. For example, the subject in this case is they. They didn't used to study. Teacher, how do we do that? Okay, we don't put the D in here. No ponemos la D acá porque ya el didn't está refiriéndose a algo del pasado. Entonces acá simplemente poner didn't, que recuerden que nos hace referencia al pasado y está negando. Entonces ellos no solían estudiar. Y continúa lo mismo, el used to y luego el verbo. A continuación, we have, how do we use like questions? Did, subject, used to, and verb. So tenemos acá el auxiliar del pasado, did, el subject, cualquier pronombre personal, used to, ponemos el used to y luego el verbo. Did she used to be vegan? ¿Ella solía ser vegana? ¿Verdad que ella era vegana? ¿Ahora no es vegana? ¿Ahora sí es vegana? Eso es como se forman las preguntas para que lo tengan en cuenta. So, important. This is the affirmative form. I used to. Ponemos la de. In the negative form, we use the auxiliary, which is the auxiliary for past tense. I didn't used to. Then we have, did you used to? and we have like that um, important thing for to take into account regarding the structure. So I really hope that you like learn a little bit more about this structure, about past simple, past continuous, when and while, and last but not least, the used to. So this is going to be very important for you to watch the whole video so you can have more information about this. Now it is time to take into your account the homework. So which is the homework? Review the learning guide and the workshop, la ruta de aprendizaje, el taller y la guía. Then complete the activities related to the topics. Hacer todas las actividades que nos proponen en la guía. Luego dice, ask for more information on virtual classes. Once you go to the virtual classes, you had to ask teacher if you didn't understand something in the video or with the guides. And last but not least, research in other websites and do your best. Always do your best. And so have a great and wonderful day. We really hope that you are safe and sound. And bye bye. See you next time.